Greetings and gratitude to all light forms and life workers who have found this 31 Day of Card Magic, day number 15. I am your host, Yul Innes, and today we will be discussing the aspect of putting intention into the cards. So today is Intention Day, and I would like to kind of explain what I mean by intention. So intention is a deliberate outcome that you believe will happen and that your goal is to continue to going until this outcome occurs. So have a clear visualization of what this is, maybe writing it down, maybe sketching it out in a drawing or a song or a cooking. Don't, when it comes to anything here, the only one thing I hope you take away from is card magic is your magic. It's not what the cards are, it's what you do with the cards. So when you set an intention per each deck or per each card, you will really take your readings to the next level. So I will explain this here. We will start with one of the decks I've been using for the longest, the Hoi Polloi, which was once my great-grandmother's. So my intention for this deck is mediumship, understanding, and being able to communicate with the ancestors. So when I first got this deck, I could tell that that's what the deck was leaning to. So I set my clear intention that when I'm looking to do these things, I will always go to this deck. And having this intention really helps me, because when I am working with clients for mediumship, this deck can always come so clear to my intuition, because not only the study, not only the application of the study, but also the intention that I set right when I first got the deck to use it for this purpose. And an example here is the Thoth Tarot, as discussed here, and I'll say it again for those who have not watched this series. I'm not a big fan of this deck. It makes me very uncomfortable. I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like the type of cards. I don't like the art style very much. But I will know and admit that these are incredibly powerful magical symbols made by incredibly powerful people. I will admit that openly, but their type of frequency is not in alignment to mine. I work with the god Thoth, which means that it is in alignment to my practices, but Thoth is a god of challenge, is a god of knowledge. One of the many Thoth teachings is that thing that makes you the most uncomfortable, the most unpleasant, is the thing you should probably be doing, because it is the thing that will allow you to grow and develop the most by just doing it. And I don't know if that's the intention of this deck or not, but that's how it feels to me, made by this man Therion or Aleister Crowley. There's just a level of unsettling. So my intention with this deck is every time I pick it up is to gain the clearest message from Thoth and leave anything else from the human lower mind. So only the knowledge from Thoth that was brought to Crowley, left Crowley, put into the cards. Crowley moved on, stayed in the cards with all the other stuff. When I read it, I extract that and I leave everything else. And that's my intention. Is to just get the Thoth knowledge. I don't care about the Hebrew symbols. I don't care about the zodiac. I don't care about the alchemy symbols. One, all of these systems are all accredited to Thoth originally, and that is not my intent. My intention is Thoth information from the Thoth Tarot. That's it. If I work with that deck, I'm working with it in giving readings to myself or for others through Thoth, for Thoth, because of Thoth. Every other deck that's a different intention. So I recommend go through your decks if you have many or if you just have one and set a clear intention for each one. Set a clear intention for every time you use it. Have a new intention, a small intention for the outcome of this usage, and have a bigger intention for the type of usages you will like to use this deck for. It's very important, I have found. And know that as you develop, your intention changes. And then you might learn that when you see certain cards, your intent is a different message to persuade, a different things to communicate, based on the more and more time you spend with these ideas you are setting for yourself. What are your goals? What do you want from the cards? What are you willing to give to the cards to give what you want? And how are you going to build a relationship so they will keep coming back when you call them in, but they won't leave when you make small mistakes? And this is something that you have to trust yourself and your intuition. You have to know that it might not be right now, but it is right now is when it's happening. The answer may not be correct in this moment, but it is still happening right now. And the next now will always give you an opportunity to get better if you set the intention to. And that's the very most important form of magic I would like to share. It's the magic of intention in cards. I hope this can help you just a little bit. And I look forward to seeing you in the next 31 days of card magic.